Um, I mean, I'm pretty speechless, actually. I'm so happy and so proud of the athletes who have worked so hard, many of which since we reconvened in January. There was a lot of pressure put on us, picked as conference favorites, but I also knew Cincinnati was probably the team to beat this year. They're a tremendous team. There will never be another Jordan Thompson in this league again. We're lucky to have seen her in our lifetime because not only is she the best now, she's the best there ever was, and she's probably the best that there ever will be. We knew that going into this, that the only possibility of being able to run with them was to get into a shootout and try to beat them in a shootout. It was going to take 4 or 5 of us to beat what they do. And, earlier this year, I just kept thinking back to the Marquette match where it was a top 10 team and we took to 5 and we had them game point and we just couldn't side out. We just couldn't make anything work. And I remember thinking to myself, this moment is going to come back and it's going to pay off somewhere. I don't know where it's going to, but at some point during the season, it's going to pay off. And then the other thing I kept thinking of is every time our year has ended, it's always ended in 5. And I don't know. I just kept thinking somehow, some way we're going to pull this off. There was just a look in their face. There was a feeling that they had. They were saying all the right things. They had the right emotional comportment. It just came down to who was going to make the plays, who was going to be low air. I thought we went up and we made some tremendous plays, and I'm sure they made some critical errors that they wish they had back, but I also think that we did a part in causing some of those errors. So anyway, I'm happy for the program. I'm happy for the history of the program. I am so happy and so proud for the team that committed to come here and follow our vision and our direction. And we weren't easy on these guys this year. I mean, there was, we had plenty of disagreements. We had plenty of, things that teams go through. But, I think we all gel when it's time to gel. And I just couldn't be more proud of a group of women.
Coach, you got pretty emotional there at the end. Talk about your emotions.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. A lot of it had to do with the players and these amazing seniors who've been with us and having them get to hoist the trophy. But yeah, of course, a part of it was losing my mom and all the time that took away. And I don't know if I was ever going to be the same coach again after that. There was times where I didn't know if I was ever going to be a coach after that. You see something like that and someone gets diagnosed and then 8 weeks later they're gone. And that's really what it was, because she loved watching this, and she would have loved this today.
Obviously, we saw the team kind of go on a run in the third set to kind of rally and take that third set. And kind of, when you go into the fifth set, I mean, what do you kind of tell your players at those moments?
There's nothing really to tell them. I know everybody thinks there's these Magic Rudy speeches and things like that we have canned and filed away in a drawer, and it's not. These guys will tell you I say the same damn thing every time. Because that's what it is. It's routine. It's just get back to our routine, get back to what we do well. Let's know what we're focusing forward on. And it gets repetitive and it gets boring, but I think it grounds us and it allows us to go out. I'm a big routine person. I mean, we did the same thing starting at 8:15 this morning that we would on any other day. It's been routine all day long. And so during that run in the third set, and they broke away. I want to say it was like 23-18, and then it was like 24-20, and we got a point, and we got another point. I remember leaning at Brian saying, "Gosh, we got a chance here. We just had to make some points." And I want to say McKenna got a stuff block. Did you get a stuff block in? I want to say McKenna. I remember saying to Brian before, if we can get a stuff block on one of their slides, it's going to change a lot of things. The next play, McKenna got a stuff block on that slide. And it did. We just started converting points, and then, I don't know how we won that set, but we just did. And
Over there. Over there on that
well,
side.
I think that has a lot to do with it. I think they each bring they each bring their own thing to that. Tina's stability in the back row and defense and attacking, and Mac's leader. You can always trust Mac. And last year, Anne Marie shut that team down nearly single-handedly. Shut their offense down single-handedly. And this year, it wasn't like that. When we went there, I thought that, I really thought that we felt like we had to be perfect. And we didn't have to be perfect, but we felt like we did. And so when you try to be perfect, things don't go well. And then when we got them here, we got rid of that perfect feeling. But there was just a few points that we just pressed a little bit on, and they were able to break away. And I think, every single time we played, and we got better. I didn't think there was an ounce of panic. The only thing I thought we had is there was a little bit of passiveness at the end where we let some balls fall that probably we should have played. But again, that's part of the game, And so you got Anne Marie locking down that left side of the court. Allie, I think, did a great job there too. And you got Tina and Mac being the enforcers on the outside and playing all the way around, passing, playing defense. Mackenzie setting in the back row. I mean, we have to be a team to beat a team like that. I mean, that's an Olympic player on the other side. You're going to see her on TV. She's going to make $1.5 million next year somewhere. That's how good she is.
Yeah.
And it's not just her. I don't want to reduce Cincinnati to just Jordan because they have a lot of other great players. Their setter's great. Their libero's great. Maria Mallon is great. But, you saw tonight that their plan was to have Jordan carry the load. And I thought that we needed all 7 people who were on the floor, 8 people, 9 people who were on the floor to be able to pull it out.
For the players, take me through that third set. You're down 24-18. You make the run and the crowd is just roaring, supporting you. And it was as loud as I've ever heard that venue in all the years of coming. Just take me through it from a player's perspective.
So at that point, we had nothing to lose. When it's 24 to anything, the whole set's on the line, right? So we just went out there. We had the most grit I've ever seen us have in the entire season. And after a couple points were coming by, we're like, oh, we got this. And we had some confidence, and swagger is what we like to call it. And we just finished it out together as a whole.
Did we have fire in our butt?
We had fire in our butt.
Oh, yeah.
McKenna, what named tournament MVP, what does that mean to you to be recognized that way?
Team effort, definitely 100% all the way around. You can't get a swing without 2 people touching the ball before that, without a blocking the ball before that. So to be able to shut down Jordan Thompson and every one of their hitters effectively, especially in the third set, I know I got the last kill, but I just had to put the ball in play. Basically, that's what I came over to the bench and said. I said, I just had to put the ball in. Like, you guys did everything, So I got a whole team backing me up. So it's nice, simple, makes the game easy.
One of the things I'll say is, especially down the stretch, McKenna has struggled at times with her serve. And no, she has. And to go out there and have the runs that she had today, I thought she did an amazing job of forgetting what that was like, because so many players harbor that emotion in the back of their brain when they're back there serving. And you got the crowd rolling, and you have to get this in. You have to hit your spot. I mean, there was times she got so confident that she was shaking me off in terms of signs. It's like a pitcher out there saying, no, I don't want to throw the fastball. I want to throw the curveball. And I'm going, all right, Mac, go ahead. She has that kind of confidence where there was matches where she'd missed 4 or 5 serves. And, I thought that was, really confident and mature of somebody who's a sophomore to go out there and know exactly what she's capable of doing and going out there and executing it.
Coach, on the telecast, they were talking about this was an NCAA tournament feel to the match with the environment and everything. Do you believe that this first year of the conference tournament, playing in a match like this in the championship, will help you here in a couple of weeks?
I think playing our entire schedule has helped us. I think each match helped us for the next match. I think losing to Marquette helped us beat Illinois. I thought that beating Illinois State helped us beat Ole Miss. I just think everything leads to something, and I think the entire year led to us coming in and handling Tulsa better than we did when we were at their place, then handling SMU better than we did at their place, and then certainly finally breaking through against Cincinnati, because we went from not even being in the same competitive world as they were a few months ago to being able to do what we did today.
Kind of curious about that because you played them twice already, and obviously it favored them. I mean, how did that kind of play into how you prepared for them?
You know, everybody says it's hard to beat somebody 3 times. I'm just not a big believer in that. I think what does happen is the team that loses is the one that has to make the adjustments, and I think that's what we did. You know, we found ways to make adjustments. I mean, we did some things today. I'm not going to say what we did in case we have to use them again, but we did some things today. You know, defensively, I thought the plan that Brian Doyen put together was absolutely brilliant. And, you know, I thought Jenny did such a great job of just getting that kill, putting the ball in the hot hitter's hand, diversifying, getting the ball middle when we had to, sprinkling in some right side to keep them guessing. We had to get the ball past the block. We had to get it into their back row. We knew if we could get it in their back row, we'd have a chance. Even though their back row was great, we knew we had a chance. And we were able to get enough through the block into the back row.
What about for the players clinching the championship? Because you guys were on last year's team, you clinched in the regular season because there was no tournament, so it wasn't quite the same moment as winning a tournament on your home floor. What's it like for you guys? How does what's finished out?
I think the tournament sets us up for a good position in the NCAAs. It kind of shows us what a tournament's like. It's win or go home type situation, so that's really good for us. Winning this is also obviously huge. We get into the NCAAs, but we knew coming into this that we had to play our best game. So we've been practicing all season to play our best game at this time. We didn't necessarily need to play our best game when we played them the first 2 times, but when we came to today, we had to play our best game. And so that's what we put out on the floor today. We put our best game out there, and that's what happened.
Well, I got nothing Max said at all. I'm going to be honest.
Fish?
Yeah.
Follow that. Yeah.
For the players and then you coach, the student athletes were here. The women's basketball team came over. You had soccer players came over. Softball players came over. You had baseball coach Greg Lovelady was here. Coach Abe came over. What does it mean to have that support from the other sports and the other coaches on this program?
It's awesome to know that we have such a big support system and to have all the fans and everybody come out and just support us, and it just gets us more excited, and it kind of hypes us up out on the court because we just have such a huge support system with student athletes and fans and everything like that.
It's a huge family. We are always trying to support them, and they're always there for us. It's just reciprocity. It's amazing.
You know, for me, first of all, seeing our administration, seeing Danny there into every point, seeing Brad, our sports supervisor, who's been with us all the way for many years, all the administration there and the support. And, you know, there's 2 people that I really love on this staff, and Coach Abe is one of them. You know, she and I almost share a hallway. And we talk a lot, we complain a lot, we do what coaches do a lot of, and you know, one of the very first people that just came up and said some colorful words, she and I are so much alike, it's scary, but you know, to have her there in that moment, whisper those things in my ear from somebody who knows what it's like to do what we're trying to do, and somebody who's intense like I am. That meant a lot. And the other person, I really do. Greg Lovelady is just, you know, it's somebody you want your kid to play for. If my kid plays baseball, I'd make sure that, you know, he played for Greg. That man is a first-class man, and he's always been a great supporter. And, you know, that's one thing I've seen change and grow as, you know, the administration has changed, is the support of coaches to coaches. You know, how we go down after a game or a match or something and support each other. So to have all them there and the hugs and the words means more than you can ever imagine. All right. Thanks, you guys.